Hello, YouTube world. It's your girl Dana Monet again with another installment of The Voice Season 9 recaps. We are in the last week of the battle rounds and I have a lot to discuss. So I'm going to state who everyone was paired against and who won, and then I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes of everything. So here we go. On night 3 of the battles, we had Blind Joe versus Blaine. Blind Joe won and Blaine was stolen. We also had Victor versus Cassandra. Victor won. Corinne versus Chase. Corinne won. Evan versus Riley. Evan won. Riley was stolen. Braden versus Lindsay. Braden won. And we had Andy and Alex versus Chance. Andy and Alex won, and Chance was stolen. On night 4, we had Shelby versus Amanda, and Shelby won. We had Amy versus Jubal and Amanda. Amy won. There were 3 montages. We had Darius versus Daria. Darius won. Naja versus Cole. Naja won. And Summer versus Hannah. Summer won. And then the last battle was Emily Ann versus Morgan. Emily Ann won and Morgan was stolen. So lots to discuss. First off, I have to say that this week of the battles was pretty underwhelming to me. I only had one favorite battle, and it came from night 3, and it wasn't like amazing, but it was good. And that was Victor versus Cassandra. And I don't know if that was like the same situation as, Mark and Celeste when there were no more steals to be had. I wasn't paying attention to the subliminal messages that Carson usually gives, so I wasn't sure. But that was the best battle this week, in my opinion, absolutely. And I absolutely believe that Cassandra should have been stolen, but maybe there wasn't any more steals left. Maybe they didn't want an almost 50-year-old black R&B soul singer in the competition anymore. We already have one. We don't need another, with Regina. That's how this, shit goes sometimes. But when it comes to certain other types of artists, like country artists or WGWGs, aka white guy with guitars, we can have as many as possible. But God forbid we have too many black female R&B vocalists. We gotta just get them off. But whatever. I'm done with my rant. She was montaged in the blinds, so it was nice to see her actually sing in the battles. But I think that in terms of if we're just talking about a battle, like vocally, I feel like she won. She kind of, I don't know how many people watch this are familiar with Idol, but she kind of reminded me of the female Joshua Ledette from season 11 of American Idol. Like she had a lot of rasp in her voice, but a lot of control. But I knew that Victor was going to win. This is Adam's team, okay? Specifically, Adam and Blake are very predictable. They're the only ones that have been there for the entire 9 seasons. Every season hasn't missed a season. So we pretty much know what they're going to do. I knew he was going to pick Victor before they had sung a note, like because Victor is a white male and he sings soul. Adam likes that, but he's also younger. He's also, easy on the eye. I mean, Adam's straight, but he likes cute white guys on his, whatever. Anyway, but we knew that Adam was going to pick Victor and Cassandra was not going to make it. I mean, it was just very obvious. And also, it was the second battle of the night, so we probably knew that Cassandra wasn't going to get stolen. They usually do a steal in the beginning of the show, in the middle of the show, like after the first hour, and then at the end of the show. They've been very consistent with that. That's one of the things that, I wanted to discuss. It's so predictable with The Voice. The only time it's really not predictable is during the live rounds, where I'm really, waiting to see, unless somebody is just, you know, just doing it on iTunes and stuff like Sawyer last season. But even then, it was a battle for second, you know. But yeah, that was my favorite battle of the week, Victor versus Cassandra. And I'm not even sure, I don't even remember what they sang. It's not something that I think it was like Nobody Knows It But Me or something like that. I need to start writing down these songs. But yeah. So, since that was my only favorite battle, I'm just going to discuss the other battles that I have notes next to. So, the Blind Joe versus Blaine battle, I don't know when that battle took place, but I mean, it could have gone either way who would have won that battle. I just don't like that song, Old Time Rock and Roll, being used for a battle. It just seems like very karaoke to me. So, I forget what team these people were. I think it was Blake's team, but I think Adam stole Blaine, and to me, that was a waste of a steal. He could have saved that for Celeste or Cassandra. Oh, Cassandra was on his team. Celeste then could have saved that for her. So, moving right along, Corinne versus Chase. I remember this battle, and honestly, this was a really unfair battle, I think, because the song that was given by Gwen suited Corinne perfectly. Chase, he didn't have a chance. Didn't have a chance. He didn't sound good on the song. Adam tried to cover it up by saying, I like your chest voice, I like your falsetto, but the transition was bad. Personally, the transition was, in my opinion, the transition was bad, and I didn't like his falsetto. So it was two that was not great. And I didn't really like his blind audition either. A lot of people did. I didn't care for it. So that is what it is. But Corinne, with the glasses, little geeky, nerdy looking girl, she sounded excellent on the song. Again, I don't feel like that's a battle song. Like when it comes to the battles, I just really think that these coaches should be choosing songs that both of their contestants can kind of be highlighted on, and they can show the best of themselves. And even though that song was better suited for Corinne, I don't think that it showed the best of her ability. So I think that kind of defeats the purpose when choosing songs. So Gwen needs to get on that. And, I'm excited to see what her team chooses for the knockouts, because I'm sure that they'll be far better than the ones that she chose for them for the battles, because a lot of her battles were montaged, in fact. So that says a lot about Gwen. Moving right along, Evan versus Riley. Now, Evan was the one in the blind auditions who sang a song called Typical. Nobody really cared to remember that, but they remember when he sang Overjoyed. So then in the battles, he gets to sing Stevie Wonder, Higher Ground, with this chick named Riley, who I think was montaged in the blind auditions. Now, I think that he sounded better on Overjoyed. I knew Evan was going to win the battle. I did like their harmonies because they kind of came out of nowhere and they were like unpredictable a little bit. There's not a lot of unpredictability that happens on The Voice. So an unpredictable harmony works for me. So I did like that. I felt like the girl Riley was trying too hard a little bit. I kind of knew she was going to be stolen by the way it was being hyped up, and it was like in the middle of the show, because you know how The Voice does, in the middle of the show. But I think that was a waste of a steal. Who stole Riley again? I don't even remember. It was a waste of a steal. It should have went to Celeste. I'm going to continue to say that until with all of these battles. But oh no, it could. This was Team Pharrell, I believe. So it couldn't have gone to. But anyway, it was still a waste of a steal. Could have gone to Cassandra. There we go. There we go. But I just I'm just trying to read my notes. Okay, that's all I put on there. But it was an okay battle. I think that Evan will be better off solo. Riley is going to be knockout cannon fodder. That's just what it is. So this is how this show works. I mean, come on now. You've been watching for 9 seasons. We know. We know the gist. We know how it goes. The next battle was Braden versus Lindsay. And I was actually pretty convinced that Lindsay was going to win this battle because she was kind of a favorite in the blinds. She sang Lips Are Moving and she kind of did her own arrangement of it. But I think on this particular song, whatever it was, I don't remember any of the songs that Gwen gives her contestants because they're like these out of the box type songs. And maybe y'all know them or whatever, but I I just don't know them. She has a very like eclectic taste in music as far as what she picks for the battles, so I'm not familiar with them. But again, I don't think that this was the best song to showcase both of them. I think that she was trying. Lindsay was trying. But I have to say, when I was watching and listening to the battle, and I did not like Braden in the blind auditions, I was like, oh, this is this little curly haired 15-year-old boy. Ugh, what's he gonna do? But personally speaking, and a lot of people online and the blogs do not agree, but I could not argue Gwen giving the battle win to Braden. Personally, I think he won that battle. Personally speaking, I do think he won the battle, but I probably still, and this is going against everything that I say about The Voice, but I probably still would have given it to Lindsay just because I think that her blind audition was a lot better, and her standing alone, I think that she would have fared a lot better going forward. I would say that he's knockout cannon fodder, but he's on Team Gwen, so he might be one of the better people on Team Gwen. Like the only person on Team Gwen that I'm like rooting for is Ellie. I forget everybody else that's on Team Gwen. And I don't really try, I try not to think about the whole team situation. I just think about the contestants. So we're just going to keep with that. The last battle of the night, where we know it's going to be a steal because it's the last battle of the evening, was Andy and Alex versus Chance. And let me just say something about these duos here. I don't like the duos battling against soloists, but it's bound to happen because it's not that many duos that come on the show. So this is the thing. I knew that Andy and Alex was going to win because this is Team Adam. And Team Adam likes something that's different. And if he can have a twin duo going into the lives with him, he will have a twin duo going into the lives with him, no matter how they sound. And I'm not saying that Andy and Alex sound bad. I'm just saying that regardless of how they would have done, he would have advanced them. And he's going to advance them to the lives. So just understand that. Understand that. But anyway, I actually think that Chance won the battle. I think that his voice, I don't recall liking him that much in the blinds, but I think that his voice was very full and pure, and it was, mature. I forget who stole him. Maybe it was Blake. But I just feel as though, okay, just because you're a duo, it doesn't mean that you have to sing at the same time all the time. Like, I kind of want to hear how they sound individually. Have you ever heard of a duo named Casey and JoJo? Do they sing together all the time? Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to sing together all the time. And, I'm kind of interested in seeing what they're going to do in the knockouts and the lives, because I want to see if they'll actually have solo separate parts of their songs and then come together on like the chorus for unison and harmony, or if they're just always going to sing together. Because I don't think that people are going to be feeling that like that. Well, who knows? What do I know? Shoot, they might even win. Whatever. Anyway, on to night 4. Night 4 was pretty dismal to me. It might have been the worst night of battles. Let me double check. These 1-hour battle nights, they really don't do anything. And like I said last week, why montage 3 battles when you could just make this episode a 2-hour episode as well and show all the battles? Actually, I had another suggestion that I commented on one of the blog sites, and I was like, you don't have to show, the rehearsal footage and all of the judges' commentary on every battle. We just want to see the battles. So if the full battle isn't done on the show, then that means that it's not even going to be done on YouTube. Some people said at least have the full battle on YouTube. But my way I feel like they could get the full battle on the show is, just show the battle and show who won the battle for certain battle rounds. You don't have to show all of the rehearsal footage and all of the judges' banter at the end. Be like, these battles, we just hear the music and we hear who won. That's fine, because at least we get to see the battle and we get to see, okay, this is why this person won. It's just better that way, in my opinion. So the first battle of night 4 was Shelby versus Amanda. And I did not like Amanda in the blinds. She got 3 chairs to turn, I remember. And I wouldn't have turned. I don't think that anybody should have turned for her. She just didn't have it. Shelby, I think, was a 4 chair turn, I think. And she was really, really good. The problem with the song that was given to them is that it almost had them on an even playing field. And Shelby was like up here in her blinds compared to Amanda that was down here. So that's another thing. And I think this was Team Adam. Like, you're not giving them songs that are going to showcase their voices, especially with Shelby, who was quite good in the blinds and, very pitch perfect and had a range. So I knew she was going to win, but bad song, bad song choice. The next battle was Amy versus Jubal and Amanda. Amy won, as she should have. Again, she's going against a duo. I prefer to hear her sing by herself. I, okay, one duo out. Moving on to the montages. Darius versus Daria. They like to do that. There was like a Chris versus Krista and a Darius versus Daria. Like if the names are similar, they pair them together. It's very interesting. So then you had Darius won, of course, as he should have. Naja versus Cole. Naja won. Now, obviously, I'm pissed off about this because Naja is my hometown girl. So obviously, I wanted to see her battle play out. I'm happy that she made it, but I'm not happy that the battle was non-montaged. And Blake gave them Baby One More Time by Britney Spears. And from the sound of the montage, it sounded like it was like a rearrangement and stuff. I would like to see that. And I would think that other people would like to see that. Like, wouldn't you like to see, like, first of all, Blake picking a Britney Spears song? First of all, wouldn't you like to see 2 people duke it out on Baby One More Time? I mean, come on now. Really. I needed to see that in my life. But happy that she's moving on. And then the last montage battle was Summer versus Hannah. Summer won. And that's the end of that. The last battle of the night was a country battle. So, they love their country on The Voice. Emily Ann versus Morgan. This is what I have to say, is that I liked Emily Ann better in the blind auditions than Morgan, but Morgan turned it out in the battles. Like, I think people online were saying that she was reminiscent of Carrie Underwood. I concur. Her voice was just miles better than Emily Ann. And I knew that Blake was going to pick Emily Ann because he likes the youngins. She's blonde. Well, they were both blonde, but Emily Ann is a teenager. And I don't know if he just picked her because she was younger or if he picked her because he thought that Morgan would get stolen because she was, she sang really well. But I don't like that whole philosophy. I just feel like you should pick the better contestant and have the one who wasn't so good just go. And their argument is always like, I think this person has more room to grow and I think I could do more with this person. And I mean, okay, but Morgan was better. She sounded a lot better. Emily Ann, it seemed like she was really trying hard to stay within her the country accent. What do people call it? I forget the name that people use it, but not that she was putting on a fake country accent, but it was sounding like she was trying hard to maintain it. Whereas with Morgan, it was just coming out naturally. Her voice, her range, it was just working. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that country battle. I did prefer Morgan, as I think everybody else online did. Blake was probably the only person who preferred Emily Ann. So that's how that works. So we'll see how that plays out. And I can't say that she's going to be knockout cannon fodder or that she's not going to make it because she is a young girl and she's blonde and she's country. And those types of girls seem to make it pretty far on The Voice. So, what do I know? She'll make it a top 3, right? Anyway, all right. So I kind of discussed my disdain for montages. I hate them. And I don't think that they have to exist. I really don't. I just think that the voice producers, like, they think that we wouldn't like to see all of this singing action-packed in a 2-hour or 1-hour episode or whatever. But the show is called This Is The Voice. And we want to hear singing. We don't want to hear snippets of singing. Like, seriously, y'all could edit out like half of these, sob stories, judges banter, rehearsal. Give us singing, please. For me, I like singing. Other people might like the judges banter more, but I like singing. This is why I watch the show. Like, love all the coaches, but like, I don't watch the show for the coaches. I know that a lot of people do, and that's probably why they're winning their Emmys. They're not creating any superstars off of this show, so obviously they care more about the coaches than the contestants. But I watch because I want to hear the contestants, and I want to hear the contestants sing. I don't want to see clips. I don't want to see montages. I want to hear the contestants sing. I don't think that that's too much to ask. And that is why I like the live rounds, because you know that you're going to hear everybody sing. It's not going to be a snippet or anything like that. And I believe that the knockouts, I'm crossing my fingers on this, I don't believe that they've ever done any montages in the knockouts. So I'm hoping that holds true. And then the knockout rounds, we get to hear everybody's full song. I don't care if it's bad. I want to hear it. I want to hear why this person didn't move on. I don't care if it's not that great TV. I don't care if their battles weren't that. I want to see it. I want to see it. And especially in the blind auditions where you show people who didn't even get a chair to turn, but then you montage people who did make it and got 2, 3 chairs to turn. We wanted to see that. It's a problem. It's a problem. The Voice needs to fix it. But they're not. They're disinterested in the contestants. And I realized that they were disinterested in the contestants when they decided to have 2 seasons per year. They were just like, we just need the ratings. We're just going to have these celebrity coaches. They're going to banter. People are going to love it. And whatever. But singing is singing. I want to hear singing. Thank you. I am excited for the knockouts next week because my girl Rihanna is going to be the guest advisor, which I'm really excited about. I'm sure they probably had to edit some of the things that she was saying, because I like Rihanna being the advisor, because I don't think that she's going to sugarcoat anything. From what I've seen, she's not sugarcoating anything. She's giving it to you like the real. She's like, you need to be on it. And yeah. And I'm excited to see Rihanna because, a lot of these coaches, they cover things up with niceties. She looked like she gonna be like, no, honey, no. No, that's not how it's gonna go. You don't need to do that. She said something to some girl like, you don't need to be hiking your skirt up or something. I don't know what she was saying, but I am here for it. I am definitely here for Rihanna next week. So I am really, really excited about that. And I'm excited that we're inching closer and closer to the live rounds. A lot of people have been saying that they haven't been that excited about this season. And I kind of concur a little bit. But when I look at my favorites who are on this season, I think that they're really, really good. Like when I look at my playlist. So you can actually look at my playlist. It's the Voice Season 9 faves. Look at my playlist, and that's all the good people. So you don't get confused. I'm just playing. It's my personal taste, but that's my personal taste. But I don't think that it's as good as last season at all. But I honestly, I have no idea who's going to win. So that's good. That's a good thing to know. Whereas like American Idol, you kind of have an idea who's going to win, like in Hollywood Week. So, but with The Voice, you don't really know. I don't know who's going to win. I have no idea. So that's good to know. So we are coming up on almost the 25-minute mark, another minute. And I don't like to have these videos last this long. This is my longest video since the first one. So I know I've been talking and babbling on, but we're going to end this right now. And remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, tell me your opinions, whether you agree or disagree, whatever. Anything that I got incorrect, what I was saying, because I do this on the fly. I don't like to redo it, as I've already said. So correct me if I'm wrong about song titles, contestants' names. Can't remember all these people, even though I write it down. So get to it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.